These were my husband's final words of where he stood with everyone, including me. My husband was on a healing journey, working to forgive himself and accept responsibility for all of his mistakes and continue learning, growing, and most importantly, loving himself. It was important for this recording to happen to him, and I don't know, but for some reason it was on my spirit to share with the world because I know that's what he wanted. The lesson with this is, appreciate your loved ones while they are still here. And it's nothing wrong with demanding respect because we all deserve respect. This recording is all about Antonio Steele and who he was as a man and where he stood. He's still standing with the children and I now, and he always will be. We love you so much, Tony. Continue resting peacefully in heaven. Your wife, Israeli.
I blame myself for everything that I've gone through, taken my family through, and everything that I've accepted. Bottom line. And just today, I'm in a different place. So the way you had this whole conversation with me, unfortunately, I just want you to know, it further confirms for me why I am where I am today. This conversation was all about you, what you have done, what you feel, what you do, what you think, what you, me. That's all. I used to be that way. I was that man. I had to go get help to deal with all this childhood shit I've been dealing with for my life, holding on. I don't want to go. If my dash on my tombstone is going to show anything, it's going to show that I finally got my shit together. At 43 years old, it took me 43 fucking years to get my shit together. I'm not blaming you and Chester Steele and nobody else for that shit. That's me. But I'm going to be me. And either the people that are in my circle and my dot can choose one or two things. Accept me for the man that I am today or not. And if not, stay your ass over where you are and let me focus on my family and what we need and not worry about nothing else. Because that's another issue for me. My family. If you're my mother and their grandmother and my wife's mother-in-law, it's not just my family. That's a problem for me. I have a problem with you even saying that today. It burns me up, but I'm okay with it because that's the way you feel. I'm no longer going to accept disrespect in my life, in my family's life. I'm working too fucking hard right now to keep my shit together. You already know the shit that I've been through because you got the calls. I don't accept that shit no more. That man no longer exists. So I can sit on the phone with you and be angry with you and go back and forth with you and point the finger. I mean, the fucking fingers are pointed at me. I accepted this. I allowed this. I allowed the disrespect. I was disrespectful. I accept the things I've done. Now, for me, because of where I am, how do I fix that? That dash on my tombstone, because one day it's going to exist for all of us. And I refuse to continue to live my life wondering whether or not, like you just said, I'm the topic of conversation and what somebody else fucking think about me. I could give two shits. I don't care. What I do care is making sure that I pull my family, my immediate family, my dot, back together. My wife has never done anything to you. I've accepted some shit from you and even heard some shit and didn't say one word. You know why? Because my commitment was more to you than it was to her. I did that shit. Surround myself around anything other than the positivity and the great vibes that I desire. And I know what that picture looks like. So just like you're moving around and all that other stuff that's going on in your background, I'm not letting that stuff mess my focus up. I hope you heard everything I said because I meant it.
I heard everything you said.
I hope you did.
Everything.
And once again, if you would like to rebuild the relationship that me and you failed to have, and for my reasons, if you want to blame it on me, all my fingers are pointing at me every day I wake up. I'm okay with that. But that doesn't fix anything, and it's okay. If that's what you have to do, let's do that. So next, how do we repair that? How do we repair the fact that I've got two children that live in my house today, and my wife's house, that you don't acknowledge? Like you threw out there, I got so many grand, you got so many grand. I bet you did not miss those birthdays on that side. And that's not even important because my kids they weren't raised that way. So again, on this side, nobody is looking for no $2 card as you threw out. Nobody's looking for no flowers. If you feel like that the materialistic things is what leads or causes love, and I grew up that way, and I in my mind, and I experienced that, and that's how, and I used to be that. Materialistic shit don't do nothing but cause more problems, because that's where the focus goes. That focus is not here anymore. It's not. So again, you shout things out in the message that you sent. You said the things that you said, and I'm gonna keep the message forever and play it over and over again. So I know exactly why I am where I am today. I have no problems with sharing the message. If it's gonna help somebody else, let me tell you something. People, like you said, they're hurting right now. But man, if you don't have control of your mental, and I'm very focused, people won't make it. So I meant everything I said in our last conversation. I meant everything I said in the text message, and everything I just said to you just now. I mean it. I'm saying it. I have a brain. I can think on my own. I can walk with 2 feet. I don't need nobody to tell me when I need to call somebody, when I need to get in touch. I do what the fuck I want to do. And that's no disrespect to you and anybody else, but I am me. So if people don't like what they're going to get on this end, they need to lose the number. Period. And you can run that back to everybody and let them know I said that. Israeli at 21, 22 years old had to finish raising a grown-ass man. That is how do you think that feels for me to have to admit that my wife had to raise me at 28, 29 years old? That's when what the fuck comes out. I didn't realize I had all this going on until I stopped. I paused. I began to think about what go to the root of it. I'm not pointing the fingers at you. All day long, all 4 fingers are pointing at me. I got to start with me first. I'm not disrespectful to you. I called you to have a real conversation with you so that we can come up with a solution on how we move forward. This is not, and the first thing you said to me again is don't call me no more. See how that conversation went that direction? It wasn't necessary, Mom. Do you remember coming to my graduation from high school? 75 degrees. I walked out of high school in my 10th grade year and I quit school. Did not graduate. I chose to take life. I'm manager. I'm this. They offered me a district manager job. Let me go on. I can figure this out. In the 10th grade, quit school. Robbed myself of going to prom, not somebody else's prom, but my prom. Robbed myself of walking across the stage because I did what I wanted to do. You said you knew I graduated. I don't remember. Maybe I lied to you and told you I did, but you didn't come to no graduation.
I didn't go to
maybe for a year I moved out of the house.
that was my fault too.
Well, this is not about blame. It's about that's a fact. Conversation about how she felt and what she felt and what she thought and all that, and I've got to sit and I've got to listen to it, because one thing she could not say is that when she called and said her mom was this and that and she was going through it and you co-signed on it, I stopped everything I was doing, asked my wife, who already was going through changes and trying to figure life out as well, brought my daughter, got custody of her, and made sure she walked across the stage in spite of all the shit I've done. That was important to me because I knew I quit. I knew I didn't nobody come and make sure I did that. And I'm not blaming anybody for that because I was who I was. I decided I'm going to do what I want to do. At that age, I'm going to go get married. I'm going to secretly get married, by the way. I'm going to do this.
Exactly right.
Mom, I did. But guess what? I'm here and I'm still standing. I made it. I'm not upset by it. I'm not pointing the finger. As the truth hurts. It hurts me sometimes to tell people how I feel. It hurts me to listen to some things I hear sometimes. But you know what I decided to do? I decided to use my 2 ears and my 1 mouth and close my mouth when I need to, and I need to listen. So I'm hearing everything that you're saying. Go under a rock like some people told me I needed to do, where I was going to end up and pull that rock over me and put my head down and play the victim. I could do that, but I've chosen not to. That's not what I'm here for. I'm not. That's not why my God, that's not why I was created. I don't accept that shit. I'm willing to have the conversation. So again, I'm so sorry. You were crying and you got emotional and you may have heard some things during this conversation that you didn't know, you didn't agree with, or you may have forgotten. But please understand, I want us to fix it. I love you so much. regardless of what we've gone through and regardless to whether we continue to talk today or not. If, like you said, if something happened to me tomorrow, the last word you hear me saying to you is I love you. I want nothing but the best for you.